The other initiative and project that Regione Emilia-Romagna is leading at the moment to foster e-participation in Emilia-Romagna. It is really good that I speak after Sabina Franceschini because the starting point is Partecipanet. Partecipanet was really a good project and gave really a good result if we speak about methodological and organizational aspects. Local authorities in Regione Emilia-Romagna could understand what can now democracy obtain and what is the moon. There was a slide with the moon in the Sabrina Franceschini's participation. Why I say this? Because we have a problem with numbers. We saw with Partecipanet, but in general in Italy we saw with the democracy that very few people at the moment use institutional website to participate and to take part in this decisional public processes. There is this problem, there is a limit, there is also something natural. We are at the beginning and we have to face this problem. At the same time, we see in the world the explosion of Web 2.0. We saw this social networking revolution. I think the Iran revolution of this day, or also Michael Jackson's date in this day, tell us that now really social network and Web 2.0 are the environments where people participate, where there is something that we can call e-participation. Then if we see this great difference between e-democracy and e-participation, we think in Emilia-Romagna we have to face with it, and we have to find new ways to match more these two concepts. So we try some roads to make this. One of these roads, and I will show really few minutes these roads. One road is to use some Web 2.0 tools in institutional and top-down initiative, trying to mix the two models. Another road is to foster Web 2.0 tools, being the actor that promote the experience, but staying in the backstage, not being direct the protagonist of this experience. And then there is another road that we are now thinking about. It is not really a project. It is at the moment an idea. It is an idea to dive into Web 2.0 in social network, to understand better these environments, and also after understanding, after this process of observing and understanding, try to do something new. There is another project, the name is Power. It is led in Emilia-Romagna by Regione Emilia-Romagna and other 5 or 6 municipalities, and it is a project started in 2008. The reason was, let's reason together about risk and opportunities to use some Web 2.0 tools in top-down and institutional websites. The result of this project at the moment are some guidelines that are not only operative but also methodological and organizative. These are some tips about introducing Web 2.0 tools in institutional websites. And then after the guidelines from the autumn, some websites, Comune di Bologna, Modena, Ferrara, Reggio Emilia, will introduce really small Web 2.0 tools in their websites, trying to experiment this new model. There is another initiative, the name is Bloom Up. In this case, Regione Emilia-Romagna promoted the birth of a new social network dedicated and designed with young creative who live and work in Emilia-Romagna. And the idea is, okay, we gave you the tools and the money to build this social network, but now the social network is yours. You can use it to express yourself, to present yourself to other people, to share works, ideas, and so on. And at the same time, you can use this social network to know what Regione Emilia-Romagna and other institutions in Emilia-Romagna do to promote, to foster also with money to favorite the growth of young artists. And the particularity of this social network is that this social network is not global, but referring to a specific territory. So the great challenge is to create a social network with territory centered, not global. The other idea I told before, really confusing, but I hope something is gone, is to go direct in Web 2.0 tools, in Facebook, YouTube, Wikipedia, and try to understand how do they function, but much more important, trying to listen what is happening in this social network. And you told before in one of the presentation, this is the basis. If we listen what happens in these environments, then we can also understand what we can catch from these environments and maybe try to do something new.
Martin. Quick one. You mentioned top-down approach.
Yeah.
Is it working as an approach?
I saw before. It works if we try to understand which are the risks, the opportunities, and the limits of e-democracy. But with the number, it is not working. We have really few people who participate at the moment. But I don't think it's a problem of Emilia-Romagna.
This is what I'm asking, because although excluding the Web 2.0 aspect, which you're obviously focusing on, experiences in Spain and Denmark, says that the top-down at local and regional level does not necessarily work unless you're very, very focused and provides lots of resources in terms of moderating and encouraging people to
we had some good results. For instance, in Modena, there was a forum about the nightlife in the center of the town. Okay, young people who are drinking and and people who want to sleep. And in that case, we had 400 people who took part to the forum. It was a great number, but if we compare this to Iron Revolution, Twitter, or Michael Jackson's death, we can see there is a...
You shouldn't do that, Roberto. You shouldn't do that. It would be too frustrating for all of us, actually. Daniel.
Thank you.